I'm SK, founder of Dream State. Thank you guys for all coming here. I wrote this little thing today, and I just wanted to share it because everyone's been asking me tonight like how I feel, and I was like everything. But first off, I want to thank Michelle. Where's Michelle at? Michelle. Oh my god. We were in a cemetery like a week ago, like filming stuff, and I knew you were talented, but I didn't know you were like that talented. This is so special. Also getting close and hearing. We like jumped straight to the meat of the story and the plot, and I'm so appreciative that you were willing to being vulnerable is a strength, and it's scary, and you did it in front of all these people. So thank you for sharing your offerings, your art. Honestly, I'm so honored. That was such a special way to close out this series. So thank you. I want to thank our team. If you helped put this event on in any type of way, like raise your hands. Nice. If you worked on any Dream State things, like ever been a pigeon, ever helped us put a rug together, raise your hands. Yeah, we got family in the room. Thank you guys for everything. Thank our pigeon. Where's our pigeon at? Pigeon. Pigeon. Did you find flow state? You find flow state? I felt it. So there's so much yet so little to say. The base feeling is thank you. Open Sky Studio was the first ongoing experience series that we've done, and for the last 3 months, we learned to choose ourselves on a Tuesday night. And in the process, probably learned how little we actually choose ourselves in our everyday lives. As you probably know by now, this is our last session as we know it. So it was only right that we went with this theme of cycles ending. To get there, we noticed this being our 4th session that this specific number 4 has a special meaning in some Eastern cultures. In Chinese people actually like run away when they hear this number 4 because it's bad luck. Like phonetically how it sounds. I've been doing Duolingo for like 60 days, by the way. I need a shout out for that. That number 4 phonetically sounds like the word death in Chinese. So we were wondering what has it looked like for us to grieve, for something to come to an end. In Dream State, we even asked this question, what do we do with these memories that have been passed down to us from our families, from our ancestors? Furthermore, when these dreams fall apart, what do we grow in their place? And strangely, what we experienced internally during this 3-month Open Sky Studio experience mirrored these questions. Some context, Dream State started as a group of third culture kids making art, programs, and trying to make a world where it's safe to dream. And if you haven't heard this term before, third culture, real quick, so our parents came from another culture, being their homeland, which is the first culture. When they left, a death occurred, and they came to a second culture. In this context, it is this country. And the third culture is us, the new culture, which is born from the meshing of the first two. So many of you here are actually third culture kids. And we believe that third culture kids are inherently the most creative folk to ever exist in history, because our existence is from something new created from the in-between. But anyways, 3 days ago actually marked our 2-year anniversary of Dream State. And a lot has happened since then, and especially in the last 3 months. A lot of change. Some of us experienced career changes. Some sadly lost loved ones. Others had life shifts, which actually had led to them stepping away from the team. And all of this happening, meanwhile the world's like burning. And, when that's happening, it's like, what is art? What's the point of creating? It was a difficult era, and sometime during this, I heard someone say to me how grief is like asking, who am I when you're no longer with me? And we've been asking ourselves this question quite a lot. But seriously, from the bottom of my heart, the reason the base feeling is thank you is because how what happened here on some Tuesday evenings with all of you became our measuring stick of whether this project called Dream State was still worth doing. How you guys showed up and reminded us why portals are needed. So it was only right that we ended this last OSS with this prompt, because what we learned is that who we are is what we choose to begin when things come to an end. Just like how we get to decide what we do with the dreams passed down to us. And when they fall apart, how we get to choose what grows in their place. To us, this is the story of growing up as a third culture kid. It's choosing what that third culture looks like. There's no boxes we have to fit. You are the living proof, the proof of existence. And ultimately, we get to choose what the world that we live in looks like. Just like how OSS was about choosing yourself on a Tuesday night, and just like how that deathly number 4, if you simply add the numbers 131 before it, in Chinese, it now means forever, and becomes lucky. So this will not be our last thing we do as Dream State, although we are going to go on a little hiatus because we also need some time to figure out who we are. But if you do want to know what we're working on, you can pay attention to something that the Pigeon gave out, our Pigeon friend. On the back of that paper is a little code, and it's a link to a sneak peek to the next thing we're working on, which is a film called The World Is Yours. And we think it's going to change the game. So the bare emotion is thank you. The second emotion is forever. And just like how the world is yours if you say it is. Thank you.